Shalom. We are continuing the series of the lectures about harmony in family life, enhance peace in the house. And one of the commitments that husband and wife are responsible when they go to a marriage life is to keep the peace and the harmony in the house. There are very common mistakes that we have to be very careful not to make them. One of them is the concept, I will be able to change my spouse. So it's very wrong to think that a spouse is a teacher, is a guide, is a mentor, is an educator. Sometimes he becomes psychologist and give a kind of analysis about other people's behavior. This is not the purpose of the spouse. The husband and the wife, they have to learn how to live with each other. Many years ago when I came to America and I went to buy a car, so there were all kinds of lanes and auctions, but there was one lane, it was lane 22, which says as is. You cannot, no refundable, no refunds, you take it and you live with this. And this is what marriage life is all about, as is. People who go to marriage life not ready, they're making severe mistakes of controlling, of conditioning, of giving ultimatums, punishing each other. All these categories, all these words are against the will of God in marriage life. I remember a case in our community when a couple married and the husband was a very controlling person, but he was hiding under the title of savings. And it came to a point that he used to write on the refrigerator, if she took something, she has to write a report, how many cucumbers she took, how many tomatoes she took. And when I challenged him, he say, it has to be financially, it has to make sense. I told him it's not a matter of saving, it's a matter of being controlling. And he couldn't survive. Because for him, to be married is to control. The other person cannot do anything beside him. Another case of a woman that wanted to control her husband. Where did he go? What did he eat? How did he speak? Eventually, after 3 years of trying to control her husband, she left alone with 4 walls. She has a full control in the house, but the house is empty. And she called me to ask me to bring her husband back to her. He, of course, says it cannot be. And when I tried to challenge her, she sensed that if she doesn't have 100% control of everything that's happening, she's not happy. This is not what the role of a spouse in marriage life. You are not a dictator. You are living together. And don't condition your happiness if the spouse can or may or want to change. You have to be what you have to be, and you have to let the life to go on. The word of trust, the word of understanding, the benefits of a doubt. It's very, very important. There was a story about a young couple who got married, and the wife called the husband 7 o'clock, and he says, I'm on my way home, 8 o'clock, and she prepared a nice meal, and she even put the pillow on the fire to be ready by 8 o'clock, and she light candles, and she prepared a nice flower in the house on the table. On the way back home, the husband called a phone call from his father. Don't forget that there is a memorial Yeshua of your aunt, and you have to be there. So we said I would go there for half an hour, then I'll go home. And he came to the memorial, and he was sitting over there. So the rabbi said, please disconnect the phone. And it's become 8, 9, 10, and he forgot. And he said with his friends, with his family, with his cousin. When he left at 10 o'clock, on the way home, he turned on the telephone and he got a phone call from the 112 prison. And they ask him, "Are you okay?" He say, "Yes." "What happened?" Say, "Your wife was calling the priest because you didn't come home." And when he came home, she told him, "I was waiting for you. You didn't call me." Say, "I forgot. I'm sorry." And they came to me, and I told the husband he was very wrong, because if he promised his wife, he has to be home. But I told to the wife that you should not jump to a conclusion, because she was so efficient. She even called all the priests if there was a car accident or something, God forbid, all kind of bad thoughts. So I told her the 1 plus 1 is 2, it's not 200 and not 300. But both of them were wrong, and they learned from them, and they learned from their mistakes. The bottom line is like this: living in harmony means to compromise, to give the benefits of the doubt, not control each other, but living with each other. And I believe this is the most important mitzvah in Judaism, to maintain the Jewish house, the Jewish family, and with harmony and peace and love in the house, we are going to build a stronger community and a stronger Am Yisrael. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen.